While you sleep, your brain is performing an extraordinary feat, and there's a specific phrase that can command this process to work in your favor. But before I reveal these words, I must warn you. Once you begin using this technique, you might wake up with solutions that feel like miracles, find opportunities where you once saw only obstacles, and experience a sense of peace you haven't felt in a long time. Have you ever stopped to consider the power that resides in the hours when your body is at rest, yet your mind remains active? During sleep, the barriers of logic and reason dissolve, and the subconscious, that vast ocean of possibilities, takes command. It is in this hidden realm that beliefs, memories, emotions, and mental images come alive, silently shaping what you attract into your waking life. But here is the detail that almost everyone misses. What you feed your subconscious mind just before you fall asleep becomes the very seed that germinates throughout the night. And depending on the quality of that seed, you can either harvest miracles or repeat the same old cycles. Imagine laying your head on the pillow, and instead of getting lost in worries, fears, or regrets, you deliver a clear, direct, and powerful instruction to your subconscious. Joseph Murphy, one of the greatest scholars of the mind, affirmed that the moment before sleep is the golden doorway to reprogramming your reality. In that instant, the conscious mind is tired and its guard is down, but the subconscious is open, receptive, and ready to obey. It's like speaking directly to the unseen architect who constructs your life. Now, I want you to think honestly. How many times have you gone to bed with a mind full of problems, only to wake up feeling like nothing has changed? How many nights have you carried your anxieties to bed and they seem to multiply the next day, as if your subconscious had only reinforced what you didn't want? This is precisely where the secret lies. If you don't consciously choose what to plant, the fertile ground of your mind will plant on its own, and it will almost always reproduce the fruits of fear, doubt, and scarcity. But when you discover the right phrase, everything changes. You begin to use sleep not as an escape from life, but as a conscious process of creation. And here's the most intriguing part. We are not talking about magic in the conventional sense, but about a spiritual science that has been proven by thousands of people around the world. The subconscious mind does not question, judge, or debate. It simply accepts as truth whatever is delivered to it repeatedly and with emotion. It's like fertile soil that receives a seed without asking where it came from. And this phrase I am about to reveal, if used every night, can become the key that unlocks the door to daily miracles. Think for a moment, what if while you sleep, the solution to that seemingly unsolvable financial problem began to form? What if, upon waking, a groundbreaking idea emerged, or an unexpected encounter completely altered your path? What if the answer you've been desperately seeking is just one sentence away? This is the promise Joseph Murphy left us. Whatever you impress upon your subconscious mind before sleep will return as facts, people, opportunities, and miracles in your waking life. But I need to prepare you for something. The final revelation I will share in this video is the most powerful of all. Not just because it will show you how to use this phrase correctly, but because it will open your awareness to perceive signs you may have ignored your entire life. Until we get there, every detail you hear matters, because complete understanding is what allows you to apply this technique without blockages, doubts, or self-sabotage. That's why I want you to stay with me until the very end, because what I am about to reveal is not just knowledge to be heard, but a ritual to be lived. A simple yet powerful ritual capable of shaping your days with the strength of what you choose to think at night. And since we are about to dive into this universe together, I need to ask you for something quick. If you feel this message resonates with you in any way, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel right now. This simple gesture not only strengthens our connection, but also ensures you won't miss any content that could change your perspective on the power of your mind. And if at any point, as I unveil the secrets of this practice, you feel ready to take an even bigger, deeper step, I've left a gift for you in the first pinned comment. It's something that will guide you in a practical and direct way, so you don't just understand, but truly live the power of manifestation. Click and discover it. Now take a deep breath and allow yourself to continue with me. From this point forward, every word you hear could be the beginning of a transformation your heart has long been asking for. As you stay with me in this moment, I want you to realize something very important. You are not facing mere knowledge, but a revelation that can completely alter the course of your life. What I am about to share is the heart of the technique, the invisible thread that connects your mind to the creative power that governs the universe. And perhaps you'll be surprised to find that the key was never outside of you, never in someone else or in external circumstances, but has always rested silently within you, waiting to be activated. Think with me. How many times have you believed the answers would come from the outside, that the solution lay in more work, more effort, more struggle? And yet, at the end of each day, you lay on your pillow with a feeling of emptiness, exhaustion, and repetition. Life seemed like a vicious cycle. But what if I told you that this cycle can be broken every single night with one single decision? And that this decision requires no physical strength, no long journeys, but only awareness in the moment you close your eyes to sleep. This is where the magic begins to happen. When Joseph Murphy spoke of the power of the subconscious, he wasn't talking about empty theories, but a real, almost tangible mechanism that we all possess. Your subconscious is like a loyal servant. Whatever you give it before sleep, it takes as a decree. If you give it fear, it will multiply situations that confirm that fear. If you give it doubt, it will manufacture obstacles that reinforce that doubt. But if you give it a clear order, charged with emotion and faith, it will begin to work tirelessly to manifest it in your waking life. And maybe you've already experienced this without realizing it. Remember a time you went to sleep distressed about a problem, and upon waking, had a sudden idea and unexpected clarity. That was not a coincidence. It was your subconscious working in silence, rearranging information, accessing resources your conscious mind cannot reach. Now imagine using this power intentionally every single night, as if you were the conductor directing your own destiny. But before you think this is just philosophy, I need you to understand the science behind this process. During sleep, the brain enters slower frequencies known as alpha and theta waves. It is in this state that the subconscious opens up, receptive, like a door left ajar to receive instructions. This is also why young children who spend more time in this state learn so easily and believe so intensely. You, as an adult, can also access this power, and the simplest way is precisely in the moments before you fall asleep. Now, pay close attention. It's not enough to repeat just any phrase. It's not enough to throw words into the wind, hoping something will change. What Joseph Murphy taught was the importance of emotion, faith, and clarity. The phrase you choose must be short, direct, and filled with personal meaning. Because the subconscious does not respond to cold logic, but to the warmth of conviction. If you say, "I am wealthy," but inside you feel only doubt, your mind will register this contradiction. But if you say, "Wealth flows to me now," with surrender, imagination, and emotion, the subconscious will accept it as a consummated fact and begin to act. And here is a crucial point. You do not need to understand how the miracle will happen. This is the biggest mistake most people make. They try to control the how, and this effort blocks the flow. The subconscious doesn't need you to explain the process, only to provide the destination. It's like planting a seed. You don't need to dig up the earth to see the roots forming. You just need to trust that nature knows what to do. So, imagine yourself every night, lying in peace, consciously choosing the seed you will plant in the fertile soil of your subconscious. If you seek peace, say, "Divine peace fills my mind and my heart now." If you seek prosperity, say, "Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways." And if you seek healing, declare, "My body is renewed with God's perfect health." And if you seek love, affirm, "True love finds me and flourishes in my life." Each phrase is an order. Each word is a key. Perhaps you're thinking, but does this really work? Isn't it just a game of illusions? And I answer you with a question. Where do you think the ideas, the coincidences, the unexpected encounters that have changed your life so far came from? Was it all just chance? Or was it that somehow your mind was already creating these experiences long before you perceived them? The subconscious is like a huge invisible magnet, attracting everything that is in harmony with the images you cultivate. Now I want you to imagine a scenario. You lie down to sleep. The day was tiring, but instead of taking your worries to bed, you close your eyes and begin to repeat, calmly and confidently, "While I sleep, my subconscious creates perfect solutions for me." You repeat it not as someone begging, but as someone stating an undeniable truth. You feel the words sinking in like a gentle command, almost as if you were conversing with a deeper part of yourself. Then you fall asleep. During the night, your mind gets to work. Images are reorganized, paths align, answers begin to form. And when you wake up, you notice a new lightness. Something has shifted, even if you can't explain it. This is the power of this practice. It's not about controlling every detail, but about releasing the force of the subconscious to act in your favor. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Until one day, you look back and realize the things that once seemed impossible now flow with ease. That life that seemed so distant is now approaching with firm steps. And you understand that it wasn't magic in the common sense, but a deep alignment between your mind and the creative power that has always been at your disposal. But pay attention. Here is the most powerful revelation I promised. There is a phrase that works like a universal code, capable of adapting to any desire, any need. A phrase that Joseph Murphy considered one of the most transformative. And that phrase is, "The infinite power of my subconscious is opening the ways for my good now." Notice how it is both broad and specific. It doesn't limit or tie you to a single outcome. It hands over control to the subconscious, which is far wiser than the conscious mind. When you say this every night before sleep, you create space for solutions, opportunities, and miracles to emerge in ways you could never have planned on your own. And perhaps you're thinking, can I really do this? Am I not just fooling myself? And I tell you, the only deceit is to continue living on autopilot, feeding your subconscious seeds of fear and doubt every night. If you have to choose, choose consciously. Because a single choice, repeated night after night, has the power to transform an entire lifetime. So give it a try. Tonight, before you sleep, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and say calmly, feeling every word, "The infinite power of my subconscious is opening the ways for my good now." Repeat it as if you were engraving an eternal command. Don't worry about the immediate result, just trust. And when you wake up, observe. Maybe it will be an idea, maybe an encounter, maybe just a feeling of deep peace, but something will begin to change. And remember, if you wish to deepen this practice even further, if you want a guide that will take you by the hand in this process of manifestation, I've left something special in the first pinned comment. Click when you feel the call, because it might be exactly what you need at this moment. Now, stay with me, because we are not finished yet. In the next few moments, You will understand how to turn this practice into an unbreakable habit, how to shield your mind from distractions, and how to accelerate the results so that miracles are not just a flash, but a constant reality. You have now realized that there is a silent yet powerful force working within you as you sleep. Throughout this script, it has become clear that the subconscious is not just a repository of memories and emotions. It is the very matrix of your reality, the fertile ground where the seeds of your life are sown. And every night, without realizing it, you plant something in this soil. It's inevitable. The great question is, are you planting consciously, or are you just letting the winds of fear and doubt decide for you? Most people go to bed with their minds burdened by worries, bills to pay, health issues, old grievances. They fall asleep silently repeating phrases of scarcity like, "I can't do it. It never works out for me. Things will never change." And the subconscious, ever obedient, accepts each of these words as an order and transforms them into repeated experiences the next day. This is why so many live in endless cycles of pain, not because life has condemned them, but because they have not learned to command the most powerful force they possess. Now you know, there is a phrase, a decree, a key capable of changing everything. The infinite power of my subconscious is opening the ways for my good now. This is not just a sequence of beautiful words. It is a code that aligns you with the invisible intelligence that organizes the universe. By repeating it before sleep, you are, in fact, giving your subconscious a clear command that doesn't depend on the how, but only on the what. And when you focus on what you desire, instead of worrying about how it will happen, something amazing begins to occur. The universe finds the most creative and unexpected ways to respond. Perhaps you'll wake up with an intuition you've never felt before. Perhaps someone will appear in your life with the exact solution you were looking for. Perhaps a door will open so naturally that you'll wonder why you hadn't seen it before. This is the subconscious in action, faithfully carrying out the order you gave it. And here is an even deeper detail. The more you practice, the more the subconscious gets used to obeying your new voice. It's like training a muscle. At first, you might feel resistance. You might even think nothing is happening. But night after night, repeating with faith, emotion, and calm, you will notice that reality begins to yield, as if life itself is bending to your conviction. Not because you are forcing it, but because you are aligning with the natural order of things. The transformation happens not only externally, but internally as well. You will notice that anxiety diminishes, that your mind becomes calm, that your heart finds peace. Because by falling asleep with this phrase, you are sending your subconscious not just a request, but a certainty. And this certainty turns into confidence. And confidence, when cultivated night after night, becomes unshakable faith. And it is this faith that moves mountains, that opens paths, that brings miracles. Miracles that are not accidents, but the inevitable responses to a mind that has finally learned to command its own power. Now I want you to imagine for a moment, a few months from now, you look back and realize you are living something that once seemed impossible. You remember that night you decided to start this practice and understand that it all began there with a simple phrase before sleep. This can be your story. And it doesn't depend on luck, it doesn't depend on chance, it depends only on your decision to start today. And if you already feel deep in your heart that this is the moment for a change, I've left a special gift in the first pinned comment. It will guide you on an even deeper path, with practical and powerful instructions that will help turn your practice into even faster results. Click and allow yourself this experience, because it could be the missing step in your journey. Now, before we conclude, I want to ask you something very simple yet powerful. Leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. This strengthens our connection, keeps this message alive and ensures you always receive new content that can expand your consciousness. Your journey doesn't end here, it is just beginning. Remember, every night when you lay your head on the pillow, you have two choices before you. You can continue to feed the old patterns of fear and limitation, or you can plant a new seed that will blossom into miracles. The choice is yours. And with each repetition, you will be shaping not just a day, but an entire lifetime. Sleep with faith. Wake with hope. Because the infinite power of your subconscious is already ready to open the ways for your good right now.